Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I'm using the Lightseers Way today for our reading. I'll choose 3 cards with the base of the pack, and I'll also choose 3 from the Destiny pack as well. That was my Kyanite. Still holding, it's still at the side of me as we're going through these shifts that are occurring. We have the Mars in Libra in the South Node, Aries in the North Node. These are the nodes of destiny, the nodes of the moon. So that emphasis still on our relationships. Aries is the head and is the first contact we have as we are separated from our mothers. First connection to this realm, and asks us, what are we taking in and which direction do we wish to go? That's the North Node, the head of the dragon. The tail end of the dragon is the South Node, where with Libra. And so the South Node is where we let go. So we take in from the head, as we do our food, we digest it, and then we let go of the waste. So Libra in the South Node is asking us, what is here for us to let go of? What are we holding on to? What pain are we holding on to? What karma are we holding on to? Mars is in Libra, not very comfortable in Libra. Mars rules the opposing sign of Aries, so it's complete opposite. And Mars in his virtues is the motivates us to achieve our soul mission, our soul purpose, our passions. Mars in the inversions is the god of war, and it's in Libra. Libra in her virtues is ruled by Venus, who is in Leo, but ruled by Venus. And in Libra's virtues is one of beautiful balance and harmony. In inversions, when Libra is in inversions, is conflict. So we have these two energies asking us to look at our relationships and any relationships that may be triggering us, because it's karmic, and the karma is ours. So how we treat another and what others invoke within us is already within us before they come into our reality. So the universe is asking us, are you going to project onto this person? Are you going to be triggered by this person? Or are you going to bring yourself in balance to breathe, to step into the mystery of what's going on? And from the solstice, there's been a very tender energy with the nodes being in Aries and Libra, being held. Asking us to really look deep at our relationship with ourselves, and in doing so, looking at the relationship with ourselves, how at other people triggering us. Libra in inversions, or he in his inversions, is a people pleaser, is codependency in a way that relies on other people's happiness for their happiness, doesn't like to upset people regardless of what sacrifice they're going through, is a people pleaser, which ultimately always ends up in conflict. So Mars in his wonderful virtues gives us the motivation to come into relationships, to come into alignment with our soul path, gives us the energy. It's the beginning sign, it's the first sign of the zodiac. Libra is relationships, the relationship with others. So again, this is a time of really, and Mars in his inversions is the god of war. So we've got this energy here mirroring back at us. Mars really uncomfortable in this us dynamics, making us take ownership of our own karma, realizing that anything out there or any relationship out there is a reflection of ourselves. And if we keep on projecting out there and blaming other people for how we are feeling, we'll constantly be in that cycle of karmic debt. Today the moon is in Taurus, which is an earth sign, and asking us to, the moon in Taurus asks us to look at our feelings, what feelings are arising today in our earthly environment, to do with our relationships, to do with our finances, to do with our security in this in earth. Neptune in Pisces, conversing today. Neptune in Pisces, the dreamy planet, asking us to work through, navigate today with our heart. Allow our heart to guide us, allow our intuition to guide us. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective. Not anyone who views this video, that one just jumped out there. The Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings. And as always, take what resonates and just put the rest to one side. The Three of Swords. The Page of Wands. The Temperance. The Page of Pentacles and the High Priestess and the King of Wands. We'll take some of the King of Wands and the Empress. The Magician. We are being held as we go through this tender time of stepping into the mystery of life, as we are moving into a time of nothing. We put emphasis on things being certain, working out in a certain way, planning. And as we are going through this time of tenderness, of change, of moving into this new month of October, which is very mystical. We're stepping into mystery. So we have in the past pinned things in certainty. This is how it's going to pan out. This is how my life is going to pan out. This is how this situation is going to work out. And we have limited ourselves by holding that certainty. We're stepping into a time of, we're stepping into the school of mystery. The mystic, and stepping into the mystery of being okay in the unknowing, knowing that we are being held with divine source energy, with our angels, with our loved ones in spirit, with our ancestors, all coming close during this time as the veil is thin, being guided. Really stepping into that mystery now of whatever Ed may envisage of how things we plan to work out may not work out that way, but being flexible in the uncertainty, not trying to solve all problems, being okay in the mystery of everything. This is what the school of mystery is all about, that we're all moving into. We're letting go of the rigid, we're breaking free from the third dimension into the intangible, being open. Uranus today is in conjunct with the moon in Taurus, as is Jupiter. So Uranus brings those shocks and helps us to move through those challenging times, and especially why Uranus is in Taurus. It's an earth sign. It's slow. Uranus is a very fast energy. It's beyond all space and time, and will place us exactly where we are meant to be on our soul journey, and not to go into conflict with that or with others, because things around us are changing. People are moving, new people are coming in. Being open to the mystery of those new people, the mystery of ourselves and who we are becoming. Uranus is helping us to break through those old rigid habits, routines, the rigid way of thinking. And Jupiter, also in conjunct with the moon today, expanding us, because the moon is in Taurus, conjunct with the Jupiter and Uranus, asking us to, where are we holding ourselves back? Where are we holding ourselves small? Where are we pointing the finger at relationships, at certain situations in our outside world, and looking within at how that is blocking us? We have the Page of Wands, bringing change, bringing good news, So letting go of how we perceive our rigidness of our future, being open to receiving good news coming in that's going to change things. This is what Uranus does. This is what Jupiter is doing within us, helping us to expand past that rigidness of our conditioning, of this is how it's meant to be. We are meant to be helping everyone else. We are meant to be there to sort other people out, regardless of how we're feeling, regardless of the happiness of our own life. The energy's shifting. We're being compassionate with people, but no longer sacrificing our own happiness, with the understanding that everyone is on their own soul journey and has their own karma to work through, and we can't solve that. We can hold them in light. And as we step back and breathe into this tenderness of this mystery of who we are, light starts to come in, good news coming in, change coming in. Then we have the Three of Swords. We've gone through immense change. We have maybe lost loved ones. And this is a reminder to be gentle with our hearts as we go through our grief, because things are changing. Being gentle with our thoughts so we're not hurting our hearts. A time of really feeling the tenderness, allowing it to open us up, not being fearful of grief. It's a master, it's a teacher, and things are changing. We are different people from what we were 12 months ago, from a week ago, from a month ago. We're all different. We've all gone through immense change, immense learning. And to really be gentle with ourselves as we're in this tender place of change. Then we have the Temperance, bringing us into that balance of the divine masculine, the divine feminine. And today the moon is squaring, the moon is squaring Venus in Leo today. Venus, the divine feminine, bringing us into balance with the divine masculine and the divine feminine, honouring the divine masculine and the divine feminine within, using our intuition today, especially with Pisces, there with Neptune retrograding in Pisces, also communicating today, asking us to move through today with our intuition. Allow our hearts to guide us, to sit when we need to listen to what our heart is saying. So this is a day of balance, bringing balance, but allowing our intuition to guide us. Then we have the Two of Pentacles, reminding us to stay balanced. One eye in and the other one surveying the environment and what it is invoking within us. Are we going into a trigger? Are we going into a response? Are we speaking from a place of angst and projecting that onto a person? Bringing it back, balancing ourselves, allowing it to move through us. We're going through such change. We're releasing heaviness and denseness. we're stepping in. Today is the universal number one. The day, month, year adds up to 10. Numerologically, it's a number one. So it's a day of new beginnings, of honouring where we've been, being gentle with ourselves through these tender times, and staying in balance. Then we have the High Priestess asking us to go within, listening to the mystery of ourselves. We're mysteries. Everyone around us is a mystery. Our head likes to think we know everyone and why they're doing things, and everything is because we may think people are doing things on purpose, and start creating that storyline that way, when that person's a mystery. Everything around us is a mystery. And to step into that mystery of the mystic, of the High Priestess, really using today, especially with Pisces, with Neptune in Pisces, clouding things mentally, coming in and really listening to our inner guidance, to the inner mystic, to the High Priestess, closing our eyes, meditating today. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace came out first, but it's come here now. It's come in relation to this reading. It's coming out in this moment as a new beginning, as we just spoke about today, a number one day. We're starting this new month, which is a 10. The month is a 10th month, which is the Wheel of Fortune. The seasons are changing. Everything is changing. We're changing. The way we eat will change. What we wear will change. How we feel energetically will change. It's a new beginning. To really embrace this new beginning, because in it is such mystery. This is what's coming through, the mystery of life. Being comfortable in the mystery. We're entering the school of mystery. The Magician. Again, this magic. And as I held this card, Merlin steps forward, and he is doing a soul review on us all, as we are entering this time of mystery and uncertainty, but being comfortable with the not knowing, having that faith, working our magic now, letting go of the third dimension and its habits, its rigidness, actually stepping into this energy that's it's expansive, and using our energy, our words, to create and weave our spells, our energy to go out and create, bringing the molecules together as we are focusing and moving through this time of mystery, being the magician in our lives and the High Priestess, coming in with this temperance, the balance, bringing our magic in, creating and using our intuition, using our visions, but allowing our visions to move, not being so rigid with our vision, allowing it to shift as we move. Then we have the Empress, Venus, who leaves her shadow this month, who is in Leo, shifting through, and she is, Venus is the ruling planet of Libra, that is in the South Nodes, where we are doing our cleansing and clearing away anything that's uncomfortable, and that's not going into resistance, that's not going into conflict, that's not projecting our perception on anyone. It's actually owning it, bringing balance there the best we can, and the Empress coming through, letting us know there is new beginnings. The grief is healing. The grief is healing, and we are coming through this tender time of mystery and rebirthing a world. You can see that she is pregnant with the new earth. We are birthing a new reality. And then we have the Knight of Wands. She's beating her drum there, fire energy, passion, really beating that drum of passion, of laughter, of happiness, of change. The Knights bring change. So we're moving from the heaviness into the lightness, into going deeper within, into the mystery of who we are. So I'm asking now for a message from the Destiny Pack. A reading on this week, for this new week ahead. A message for the highest and greatest good for the collective. Anyone who views this video, and as always, take what resonates and just put the rest to one side. And there we have, we're on a new path, a new beginning. We are protected, and as always, Archangel Michael steps forward with his protection, asking us to let go of all fear. Anything that's weighing heavy within our heads and in our hearts, let it go as we move now into this and through this portal into the new beginning. We're protected. Asking now for a message. We have the Clover, the luckiest card in the spread. Letting everything that's robbing us, this robber card jumped out, letting everything that's robbing us of our happiness to go, to stop focusing on it, to be open and walk into this mystery school filled with the joy of the enrichment of mystery, and this brings so much luck and growth. So we're protected. We are moving into a time of luck now. Our wisdom guiding us, keeping us, shedding the old skin that we've grown out of, the old way of seeing relationships, the old way of seeing ourselves. We're shedding the skin, we're moving in to onto a new path. Feel the lightness of this. See that doorway, that portal opening that's light filled for us to step into with our magic. So I'm sending so much love. Thank you for listening, and I am so grateful. Sending healing to anyone who requires it at this time. And Nikki asked if I had done any astrology classes. I must have done one about 20 years ago. It was just a basic astrology class. But I attune with the planets. I intuit it. I feel them. I've used this moon diary so that I can follow which signs the moon is in, and the moon changes signs every 2.5 days or so. And it's also filled with, which I don't read, filled with other information, but I intuit the planets. I've worked this way for a long time, over 30 years. And when you do, just focus on one planet, Mercury, the planet of communication. And when it's in retrograde, we know, because our words may come out wrong, things happen in our technology, we just get used to Mercury, the god of communication. And when it's in reverse, when it's in retrograde, we know things start to become a little bit more hindrance is there. And so it's connecting with each of the planets and getting to know them and intuiting them, feeling the planets, and the wisdom just grows over the years. I can't read birth charts. I can't read my own. I couldn't even begin to read anyone else's. So I'm not an astrologer. I just connect with the planets, and they're guiding us, and the star systems as well, the star constellations. They're guiding us through our ascension, and give us the foresight, if you like, that what energy may be coming into our lives and how to work with it the best that we can. So yes, thank you, Nikki, and thank you for all your beautiful comments, and everybody else who comments as well. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you. God bless.